Good morning, William. Let me just read this to you. This was posted on Mumsnet. I recently attended an ex-colleague's wedding where, in response to a request for cash gifts, I sent what I thought was a pretty decent cheque, £100 if it matters, though I can't help feeling that it shouldn't. Last night I received an email which opened a few comments about how glad they were to see everybody and how generous they'd all been. Then said, "We were surprised that your contribution didn't seem to match the warmth of your good wishes on our big day. In view of your own position, if you wanted to send any adjustment, it would be thankfully received."
Wow.
Still can't believe they've done it, but since they have, should I reply, ring them, ignore, or what? What would you do?
Well, it is incredibly rude of the bride and groom to then turn around and say, sorry, you haven't given me enough, or the toaster wasn't shiny enough, or whatever it is. You have to be grateful for whatever you are given. I don't really like this sort of asking for money phenomenon that's come in with weddings. Just a little bit tacky. It's very un-British. We don't like talking about money. Yeah. And if I gave you £100 or £10, you know exactly how much I've given you. Whereas the cost of a toaster, you don't quite know how much that costs.
Although you choose, nowadays we sort of have wedding lists,
yeah,
don't we? So you know that if somebody's bought you that toaster that you want, which is 40 quid or whatever, yeah, you know they've spent 40 quid. So actually, in a weird way...
You sort of still do.
You sort of still do.
But you're giving an object and it's not actual money. And, you know, I've seen all sorts of things like bank account details printed on the wedding invitations, which is, oh, it's horrific. Horrific. Baby showers as well. You have bridal showers as well now, and yet couples...
Can I just say, I don't mind it.
What, the cash?
I don't mind.
It's very practical.
I mean, if you're saving
really
wants something, I don't take offence if somebody, even if I saw the bank details, I'd be like, oh, that's handy. Because I know they're getting something that they really, really want.
Yeah, but it's not traditional. Would I do it at my wedding? No, I wouldn't. If people want to, it's their choice.
Yeah.
But, and you've got, you know, and if you are asking for money, you've got to be prepared for maybe a slightly older guest to turn around and say, actually, we would prefer to get you a toaster.
And that should be okay.
Well, this person who's posted has been very honest, because he said they'd recently had some money from an inheritance, so maybe this person who wasn't a close friend thought, well, you just had a bit of money, you could pass on to us. I mean, personally, I'd cancel the cheque and wouldn't speak to them again.
Completely. And I think in this instance, the guest was an ex-colleague of the bride. I think £100 for an ex-colleague is far too much, to be perfectly honest, yet not too stingy. And whether they gave you £5, which perhaps would be a bit stingy, you can't turn around and say, top it up. You have to be grateful.
And also, weddings are very expensive to go to. You might have to travel far away. You might have to find overnight accommodation. Yep. There's all of those things that also go into a wedding.
Yeah. You know, part of your present is your presence nowadays. If it's 5 minutes down the road, fair enough. But if you're trekking to the other side of the country, and weddings, they go on for so long now, it's not just a special day, it's often a special fortnight or a special long weekend, and they're so extravagant that you can't expect for guests to give you a fabulous present or cash sum and turn up at the wedding.